Okie dokie. Good. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to this week's Slow Reader Diaries, this week's reading vlog. If you have seen my last vlog, I am literally sat in the exact same place because I've literally just stopped record and then I've pressed record again to start this week's vlog. In my last vlog, I wrapped up the book that I was currently reading, which means I need to pick a new book. Hence why we are sat by the TBR cart. Now, I will admit, my TBR cart is looking very different to when I was in Bath. The books that I bought while in Bath are actually still in storage in my partner's garage. And I've actually filled my TBR cart with unread books / unfinished books from under my bed. So if you're interested in seeing kind of like the mess that was under my bed, check out my previous vlog if you haven't already, because I also discovered some old gems as well. This top shelf is still pretty much the same, but these bottom two shelves have had a bit of a makeover. The bottom, yeah, you can't see it, but the bottom shelf of the TBR cart is pretty much all non-fiction, which is a little terrifying, but I need to pick my next book. But what I thought would be fun, because I haven't used it in a while, this is when I can't reach it, hang on. I thought I would use my TBR jar to pick a prompt that will help me decide the next book that I will be reading. So I am slightly nervous, especially if there is like a prompt that doesn't match with anything, but I'll just have to pick another one. Do I have any preference in mind? I would love to read something like a summary. And ideally, I am kind of feeling a fantasy now that I have read. It was like a contemporary fiction, the book that I just read. So ideally, a fantasy, and I wouldn't be upset against like a romance. There was a little bit of romance in the book that I just read, but it wasn't a romance book. The romance was definitely a subplot. So honestly, a lot of these books I would be happy with, to be honest. Okay, hopefully you can still hear me okay with the microphone down there. Should I take it up a bit higher actually? We need to pick a prompt from the jar that will then help us. Oh my gosh, I can't even open the jar. I can't open the jar. Oh, okay. I thought we were going to have an issue then. I thought we were not going to be able to open the prompt jar, but I need to get a bigger jar because my hand doesn't really fit. Okay, I've got one. Oh, that looks like a long one. What does that say? Been on my TBR for over a year. Well, pretty much most of this TBR is over a year old. Actually, to be fair, most of the ones will be on my second shelf here are ones that are over a year old. So I'm going to pick a few that are kind of calling out to me and we'll go from there. Okay, I've picked 3. These are books that have been on my TBR. Well, the longest one is The Girl of Ink and Stars by Kieran Millward Hargrave. I bought this book the year it was released, which was 2016. So this has been on my TBR for 9 years, coming up to 10 years. And I have not read it, and it's house hopped with me. And for some reason, I've just never picked it up. This is also the author's debut novel. I don't know if they've released anything since, but I remember walking into Waterstones and it was like, it had its own display and things, and I was instantly drawn to the cover. I mean, the cover is so gorgeous. And then I read the inside blurb and I opened up the book and saw this gorgeous map. Like, the book really like the physical book really sold this to me. What does it say? It says, forbidden to leave her island, Isabella dreams of the faraway lands her father once mapped. When her best friend disappears, she's determined to be part of the search party. Guided by an ancient map and her knowledge of the stars, Isabella navigates the island's dangerous, forgotten territories. But beneath the dry rivers and dead forests, a fairy myth is stirring from its sleep. See, that just sounds so magical and whimsical and a little eerie. And there's like a message from Chicken House, which is the publisher, and it says, The Girl of Ink and Stars is a simply told, deeply magical tale about an island, the girl who travels to the heart of its story, and the myth that guides her path. On our heroine's journey, you'll encounter danger and fear, but also heartwarming courage, love, and friendship. Can Isabella map out a new future for her island? Kieran Millwood Hargrave's debut is full of startling ideas and wonderful invention. It's really rather fiercely beautiful too. I'm so intrigued by how this is printed as well. Like, the printing paper is bright white and it's got this like gorgeous border as well. This just visually, this book really jumped out at me. And how old was I 10 years ago? I was like, what, 17? So I was like 16 when this came out. So this is the first option. The second option, I bought this book in my first year of uni. So this is about 2, 3 years ago now. And that is Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. This I feel like has been quite popular on the booktube booktalk sphere for a little while now. I believe this is a YA fantasy romance. It says 17-year-old Alosa, daughter of the feared pirate king, is on a mission. She must retrieve an ancient hidden map, the key to a legendary treasure trove. The catch: Alosa needs to conceal her considerable combat skills and allow herself to be captured by her enemies, giving her the perfect opportunity to search their ship. More than a match for the ruthless pirate crew, Alosa has only one thing standing between her and the map: her captor, the unexpectedly clever and unfairly attractive first mate Ryden. But luckily, she has a few tricks up her sleeve, and no lone pirate can stop the daughter of the Pirate King. I was having a bit of a Pirates of the Caribbean phase. I say phase, it's never a phase. It's never going to end. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It's one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. And I think at the time I was like deep in it and I was looking up like books that were revolved around pirates and things, and this came up and caught my eye. And I do also really like the cover as well. The cover's really cool. The only thing putting me off about this is the fact that it is YA and our main character is 17. But I still want to give it a go and give it a chance. So this is contender number 2. And now the final contender is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. Now, this book I have actually started. I didn't get very far in it at all, so I would start it from the beginning. But my very dear friend Shan has read this book and she absolutely loved it. She like rants and raves about it. After reading or rereading Cinder this year, I kind of want to try and give sci-fi more of a chance. This is the only, I think, sci-fi book that I actually own. So if my friend Shan loved it and she like loved it, then I really want to give this another go, give it another chance. And I know that this author's also written some other books as well. It's quite renowned. This was shortlisted for Science Fiction Book of the Year, the Arthur C. Clarke Award. And again, I really love the covers of these. They're just really simplistic, but I think they're gorgeous. When Rosemary Harper joins the crew of the Wayfarer, she isn't expecting much. The Wayfarer, a patched up ship that's seen better days, offers her everything she could possibly want: a small, quiet spot to call home for a while, adventure in far off corners of the galaxy, and distance from her troubled past. But Rosemary gets more than she bargained for with the Wayfarer. The crew is a mishmash of species and personalities, from Sissix, the friendly reptilian pilot, to Kizzy and Jenks, the constantly sparring engineers who keep the ship running. Life on board is chaotic, but more or less peaceful, exactly what Rosemary wants. Until the crew are offered the job of a lifetime, the chance to build a hyperspace tunnel to a distant planet. They'll earn enough money to live comfortably for years. If they survive the long trip through war-torn space without endangering any of the fragile alliances that keep the galaxy peaceful. But Rosemary isn't the only person on board with secrets to hide, and the crew will soon discover that space may be vast, but spaceships are very small indeed. So this does sound like a lot of fun, but am I wanting to read this right now? I honestly am being drawn to Daughter of the Pirate King because I think this is giving more like summer vibes, whereas these two I see me reading more in like the autumn. I feel like these are giving autumn energy, whereas this is very much summer energy. So I think I think this is the book we're going to go with. So the prompt was been on my TBR for over a year. We're going to go with Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. Okay, I'm excited to hopefully enjoy, and this is a series. We're starting a new series, so let's see how this goes. And I knew this was going to be a good one because it's got a quote from literally Pirates of the Caribbean on the front. So let's pop that back into the prompt jar. Fun, fun, fun. Love, love, love. So now that that's been done, I'm going to finish my cup of tea. I do have work today, but it's only a short shift. I'm only doing 4 hours. So I do need to leave in a little bit to go to work, but I think I will start my book now. I think I'm going to start it now before I need to leave. Probably read it on the train to work as well. And I will update you when I've got some thoughts and feelings on it. Hello, my lovelies. So, it is so hot, and yet I'm drinking a hot chocolate. Make that make sense. But I thought it was time that I gave you a reading update on Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. I am 162 pages in. I was going to give you an update when I hit 100 pages, but I kind of just kept going. This is now the update for you guys. It's just a little over halfway, and I'm enjoying it so far. Like, it's a YA fantasy adventure romance, pirate romance, summer vibes. It's kind of exactly what I was expecting in a good way. The writing is like fine. It's not anything like extraordinary. I'm not like blown out of the water by the writing style. It is very kind of what you would get from a YA fantasy. The romance in this between our FMC and MMC is again exactly what you would expect. I do like the banter between the two of them. I think it's quite fun, and I do think if I had read this when I was a young adult myself, when I was the same age as these characters, I definitely would be like kicking my feet and giggling and kind of swooning over our MMC for sure. I don't really have anything overall bad to say. Like I said, it's not blowing me out of the water. It's not giving me 5-star feels or anything, but it is exactly kind of what I was looking for at the time. Definitely summer pirate romance, which is what I wanted, and that's what I'm getting. I guess like the one main thing that's bugging me is that the main character Alosa, she has this say like not saying, but she keeps saying like what is it? She just said it. She keeps saying like something fiercely, as in like so. For example, the sentence here is, "Do you have a headache?" I asked. "You were groaning something fiercely in your sleep," and that's not the first time. Did I just break the spine? I just broke the spine. Cool, 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 cool. Great, 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 great. Love that, love that, love that. Love that for me. Okay, it's not too bad. She keeps saying it, and it's like bugging me a little bit because it's really not something a 17-year-old would say. But it's not bugging me to the point where I don't enjoy the book and I don't want to keep reading it. So I'm just having like a good time with it. And honestly, that's all I really wanted. I wasn't expecting this to like blow me away or anything. I'm enjoying myself. I'm getting through it relatively quickly for me. I think I'm just gonna keep reading and see where this takes me. We did kind of have a bit of a, I don't want to say plot twist because it was hinted at quite early on. I don't, this might be a bit of a spoiler, but the title of the sequel of this series kind of also gives away this plot twist, I guess, that has just been revealed. So I did see it coming, like I knew it was approaching, but it's fun that it's now been kind of confirmed. It's fun. I'm having a good time. Part of me kind of wishes that this book wasn't YA, so then we could kind of get a bit more nitty gritty with it. There are definitely some nitty gritty themes that are spoken about. Pirates are known to be quite, what's the best way of putting this? When they want something, they tend to just take it, and that not just gold, but also when it comes to women, and that subject is spoken about in this book, not in depth like at all. There is, this is zero spice like, so that's not explored in the slightest, but it's touched upon, it's spoken about, because that is kind of the reputations that pirates have. But it would be quite interesting to read a book set in this kind of world, pirates, scallywags, all that jazz, but in a more adult setting, because then we could really get into like the nitty gritty side of this world, which you can't really do with the YA. But this is still, I'm still having a fun time. I'm still enjoying it. So I'm definitely going to keep giving this a go. I'm definitely going to keep reading it. I'm going to read a bit more now. Really enjoying it. So I think that's what we'll do now. I can't lie. Yeah, I can't lie. Our MMC, his name is Ryden. I can't lie, he is kind of making me feel a type of way. So the way this book is written, you can tell that the accent that Trisha Levenseller wants the characters to have is an English accent, like the English pirate accent. Think Pirates of the Caribbean. That's the vibe, right? That's the vibe. The voice I have in my head for Ryden, it's kind of giving William Turner. That's the voice I'm having in my head for this boy. And when he like whispers in her ear her name, like the voice I have in my head when he's doing that is kind of sending me a little bit. And like when he calls her princess, like, sir, yes, I am a princess because I am the daughter of the pirate king, but like when he says it in my head, I kind of just lose it a little bit. And this bit here, where is it? Currently, our MMC and FMC are in forced close proximity in his bedroom because she is a captive on his boat and he is meant to be keeping an eye on her. And he's in his room getting changed, and she's like turned away. Apologies, just chatting to my mum quickly. And it's so hot. I've had to put my hair up because it's just ridiculously hot. I was reading to you this quote. I listen to the rustling of cloth, the cinching of a belt, the thud of newly adorned boots smacking the floor, and I wait for it all to stop. I'm listening so hard that I don't even register that the boots are moving toward me until I feel a hand at my lower back. His lips are at my ear. It's safe to look now, Alosa. He brushes his lips against the side of my head before leaving. I don't realise how tense I am until my whole body relaxes. It was like whispering, the whispering in the ear. It's safe to look now, Alosa. Like, the more I'm reading about this man, the more I'm finding myself getting giddy and like kicking my feet. And there have been a couple of moments like that. There's been a couple of moments when Raiden has made me get a little bit giddy. I'm excited to see where this little romance is gonna take us. Hi, it's me again. I've just realised I don't actually think I've given an in-depth overview of what this book is about. I think I read the back, didn't I, at the start of this vlog? But basically, our main character, Alosa, she is 17 and she is, you guessed it, daughter of the Pirate King. And at the start of this book, she is captured by a rival pirate family. And we find out literally straight away that this is planned on her and her father's behalf. They wanted her to get captured by these pirates. There is a map. There's always a map. There is a map that they want, or it's a piece of a map. There's 3 pieces to this map, and if you collect all 3 pieces, then it will essentially guide you to the way to this island where there is a buttload of treasure, basically. And Alosa's dad, the Pirate King, wants all 3 pieces of the map so he can go get this buttload of treasure. So they have concocted this plan where his daughter will get kidnapped by this rival pirate family, and while she is on their boat, she needs to find a third of this map so she can then give it to her dad, who will then go to this island and get this bountiful amount of treasure. It is also said that this island that this treasure is at is owned, I guess, by sirens. And, you know, the sirens are known to be deadly. And they are like the protectors of the treasure, I think, in a sense. So that is like the base plot of this book. And then obviously, while Alosa is trapped on this boat as a prisoner, she kind of gets quite close. I say close. The first mate, who is Raiden, our MMC, our love interest, he is her like guard slash interrogator. And the captain of the ship, who's called Draxon, he is the older brother of Raiden. So Raiden and Draxon are brothers. Their dad was the previous captain of the ship that they're on, and their dad was the last known pirate to know where this third of the map was. So Alosa knows that their dad had this piece of the map, but their dad is now dead because Draxon is now the captain of this boat that they're on, which is called the Something Farer. There's lots of banter between Alosa and Raiden, lots of interrogation, mind tricks, trying to like get the truth out of each other without being obvious that they're trying to get the truth out of each other. My thoughts on Alosa as a main character: she is stereotypical young female fantasy lead, very much the strong, independent, didn't have the best upbringing with her father. Her father very much wanted to train her to be as strong as she possibly could and essentially use her as a weapon at times. She hasn't had the nicest upbringing, which has caused her to obviously mature very quickly, very fast. She is very much that men can't touch me, I am untouchable, or very much like men think they're stronger than me, and I'm going to let them think they're stronger than me until I don't let them think that they're stronger than me, because I will show them that they are not stronger than me. It's a little cliche, but I guess for the target audience, it works. And I just think to myself, would I have enjoyed this more if I was reading this at the age of 18? Like, I think so. I really think I would see Alosa in a bit of a different light. I'd definitely, I think, look up to her a bit more, and I would kind of want to be a bit more like her, a bit more, I guess. She is a very strong female lead. Sometimes I envy that in our FMCs in fantasy books, because I feel like that's something I would like to be and I would strive to be. So sometimes I like to kind of imagine that there is a part of me that could be like her. But then I think back to when I read Powerful, the novella by Lauren Roberts, and our main FMC in that book, her strength was her gentleness, and I related to that a lot more. There's different, I think what I'm trying to say is there's different kinds of strong female main characters, and the one that Alosa is the very much in your face strong, physically strong, mentally strong. She's strong. And then we have Raiden, who is our MMC, our love interest, the first mate, the younger brother. And as we've established, he's kind of getting to me. He's kind of getting to me. He's got me kicking my feet a little bit. He's got me feeling a certain way. And this boy is 18. So I'm picturing, like, when I think of him, I'm very much getting Will and Elizabeth when I think of him and Alosa, but Alosa is like always been a pirate. She grew up a pirate. She grew up with a very strong but also quite abusive father. Elizabeth in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies did not have the same upbringing, but I kind of get that, like, we want to but we shouldn't kind of vibes between Raiden and Alosa, and it was the same kind of vibes between Will and Elizabeth for different reasons, because that was more of a class thing between Will and Elizabeth, whereas this is enemies to lovers. I'm enjoying it, actually. It's kind of, the last few chapters have really kind of grown on me when it comes to Raiden and Alosa's bantery relationship. I kind of just realized I didn't really give you an actual kind of summary of what this book was about, and I thought I should. So that's what I've done. I'm going to get back to reading now, and I will give you an update when I have one. Hello, my lovelies. So I've just realized that I'm wearing the same shirt as the first clip of this video, but bear with me because it's so muggy in the UK at the minute, and this is kind of just the perfect shirt, so bear with me, I apologize. But reading update, I have finished Daughter of the Pirate King, and I wanted to quickly talk about it with you. My final rating for this book is 3.5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, I haven't got anything dramatic to say about it. It is a classic YA pirate fantasy, enemies to lovers, strong female main character, but very stereotypically she is the daughter of the Pirate King. She is soon going to be the queen of all the pirates, so she grew up in quite a abusive environment, with her dad kind of putting her through some not very nice things to basically toughen her up, and in doing that she then becomes a very tough, resilient young lady herself. She is the captain of her own pirate ship. She has her own crew, which is predominantly female. It's a very kind of female strength, positive vibe, which was great. It was lovely, but there was nothing kind of new about this book. There wasn't any, I guess, uniqueness to it, but not necessarily in a bad way. And I did kind of predict a lot of where the story was going. I kind of knew what route it was going down, but that was fine. I wasn't too upset by it. It was exactly what I was expecting. Trisha Levenseller's writing is very classical YA. I wasn't blown away by it. It wasn't anything unique or special, but if a YA fantasy with romance is what you're looking for and you love pirates, you'll probably enjoy this book. I really enjoyed some of the side characters, the banter between our two main characters. I enjoyed Ryden, who is our romance. Ryden, who is our love interest of the book. I'm not gonna lie, as you saw, the boy had me giggling and kicking my feet. He had a way with words at times, and I very much pictured his voice in my head as like William Turner from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and that really did add to the experience, I can't lie. That was very enjoyable. Again, if I kind of very much imagined Pirates of the Caribbean while reading this book, and I think it's quite clear that that was inspiration for this book as well. So if you like Pirates of the Caribbean, but you want a more female take on it, you'll probably enjoy this book. Will I continue with because it's a duology, the next book is called Daughter of the Siren Queen. I probably won't buy it, but if I have the itch for it, I'll probably get it from like my local library or something. But I enjoyed it. I had a good time. 3.5 stars. Kind of kicked off my fantasy reading bug because, let me have a quick drink of water because I'm quite thirsty. I must admit, reading that book definitely gave me an itch for fantasy. However, what I thought would be fun is to kind of continue this role of letting my TBR jar, my TBR prompt jar, influence help me pick what I'm going to read. I can't lie. I really want a fantasy, something that I was thinking about. And I watched my friend Ashley's recent video where she's basically gushing about this new series that she's been reading with some of her friends. And it just reminded me back when I would like binge read series and I would get so invested in the world, so invested in the characters, and I really, really miss that feeling. And I only really ever got that with fantasy series, so I'm really wanting, I think the last time I felt like that was probably ACOTAR. So I'm really hoping to find a new series that I can get fully, deeply invested in. That is what I really, really want. Like, not all of my books are here. A lot of my books are still in storage, but I really want to try and tackle some of these first. But we'll wait and see what the prompt jar suggests, and we'll go from there. I might, when I go back to Ben's later, have a quick rummage through the books in my storage and see if anything there jumps out, but I want to see what prompt I get from the jar. So we're going to go with this one. I think that's upside down. What does that say? With a colour in the name. A colour. Oh, I don't know if I've got one. So we're going to have to pick another one because I don't currently have a book with a colour in the name. I don't know what that says. What does that say? Start a new series. That's a bit of me. That's a bit of me. Cool. Great. Love that. What is jumping out at me right now? Honestly, I was thinking of this. So this is A Letter to the Luminous Deep by Sylvie Catherall. This is very much giving light academia, cozy fantasy. And even though it's not the kind of fantasy where I know I can sink my teeth into, because this is only a duology, and I think the second book was only released pretty recently, I feel like when I was on my way over here, this book was in my mind. And this is the start of a new series. I honestly, out of all of these, the only other one that maybe I would do, oh no, I could do Paladin's Grace. Again, this is cozy fantasy. Or I could do Fathom Folk. That's another duology. I want to finish the Caraval trilogy before starting the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. And this kind of, I don't know, water, summer. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going with. I think this is the one. I think this is the one we're going to go for. And it's floppy. We love a floppy book. Okay, I've brought you a little bit closer now that we know what our next read for this vlog is. So, A Letter to the Luminous Deep by Sylvie Catherall. The quote on the front says, "A gleaming treasure chest full of romance and curiosity." Okay, so it says, "A beautiful discovery outside the window of her underwater home prompts the reclusive E to begin a correspondence with renowned scholar Henry Clell. The letters they share are filled with passion, at first for their mutual interests and then, inevitably, for each other. Together, they uncover a mystery from the unknown depths, destined to transform the underwater world they both equally fear and love. But by no mere coincidence, a sea quake destroys E's home, and she and Henry vanish. A year later, E's sister Sophie and Henry's brother Varian are left to solve the mystery of their siblings' disappearance with the letters, sketches, and field notes left behind. As they uncover the wondrous love their siblings shared, Sophie and Varian learn the key to their disappearances and what it could mean for life as they know it. A Letter to the Luminous Deep is a charming and cozy fantasy set in an underwater world with magical academia and a heartwarming pen pal romance." I think I said this when I hauled this book, that it basically sounds like Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies meets mermaids. And that sounds like a little bit of me right now. I'm really kind of loving this ocean, summer, mermaid, pirate. I don't think these are pirates, but you know the kind of vibe I'm going for. Start of a new series, the book that I was thinking about on my way over here. If you've read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies and like that series, then you would know that that book, the format of it is you're reading Emily's diary, essentially. So each chapter is a different diary entry. This, from what I can tell, is like letters. So kind of similar to the sense that diary entries, we're reading letters. Okay, oh, I'm excited. And also the cover is so gorgeous. Very fitting for this time of year, I must say. And this is also on my summer TBR list as well. Stunning. Okay, I need to pick a good bookmark as well. Ooh, or I could do Happiness is a Lovely Cuppa and Good Book. That's a cute one. We might do that one instead, actually. Okie dokie, the book has been chosen. I am ready. I was going to say to make a cup of tea, but I don't think I'm going to make a cup of tea just yet. But I will be starting this later on this evening, I think. I am excited! If you've never seen my PC setup before, there it is. If you have watched or known me from my gaming channel slash Instagram, then you've probably seen it. But I just wanted to give a quick initial thought. I'm literally only 20 pages in, which is up to chapter 3 of A Letter to the Luminous Deep. And I just want to say, if you loved Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, the trilogy, specifically the writing style and the language that Heather Fawcett used, as in the very academic language, then you would love this. It is written in such a similar way, formal academic style, and the fact that it's formatted as letters as well, whereas Emily Wilde's is diary format. This is letter format, very, very similar. We're still very much getting an idea and sense of the world that this is set in. Our two female main characters live under the water, is what I'm gathering. They live in the ocean it's called the deep, I think it was called like the Deep House, where they were raised by their mum, who also, I think, yeah, the Deep House. And their mum, from what I'm gathering, was like the first of her kind or something. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm only 20 pages in, so I'm still very much getting a sense of the world, but I'm enjoying it so far. So I'll give you another update once I've read a bit more. Hello, my loves. So I have a parcel and I want to open it with you because I'm very excited about it. If you don't follow me on my social media, or if you missed one of my posts on my community tab, you may not know that I recently graduated. Yay! And as a little graduation present to myself, I saw that coming, hang on. Okay, I've had to change the angle slightly. I do apologise. My tripod gave up on me. As a graduation present to myself, I decided to treat myself to some bookish merch. I came across this small independent business on Instagram. I feel really bad because I have forgotten the name. The name has completely escaped me, but this wonderful Instagram right here, it is a UK based small business and it is run by this lovely girl. I believe her name's Bryony. She runs it on her own and she's just come out with some really cute bookish merch. And sometimes I feel like it's hard to find cute bookish merch in the UK. It's all very US based, which is great. But let's support local businesses. You know what I mean? I picked up a couple of bits. She did a pre-made sale. So she basically pre-made a bunch of stuff and then sold it at a discount price. So I treated myself to something from there and then something else. But let me just show you what I got. So I am so excited. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Okay, this is it. New chapters. And it says, for the Swifties, book lovers, and neurodivergent. That was something that I really loved. She does a lot of neurodivergent stuff, which you'll see in a second. But it says on the back, you're the best. Thank you for supporting my small business. Find us online, Insta, TikTok, and then their website. So I'll make sure to link it down below. This isn't sponsored. This is literally, I purchased all this with my own money. I saw her designs. They were so cute. I loved them. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I bought 2 items. Oh my gosh, the quality feels amazing. Okay, this first one was the item from her pre-made sale. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. So everything I got in a large because I like things to be oversized. I'm usually a medium. I got these items in a large. So this is the first one. So it's just a white t-shirt, but it says overwhelmed and overstimulated. That is just my constant state of being. Oh my gosh, look at that. I am so excited to wear this. I love it so much. And the embroidery is so nice. Look at that. I love the blue. And the quality feels brilliant as well. Like the quality of the top is going to be absolutely massive. And I love it. That's the first item. And then the second one. I could not get a sweatshirt. Do you know what I mean? It says Forever Bookish and it's got these gorgeous flowers embroidered. It's grey, pink, purple, green. Let's open it up. Oh my god. I am obsessed. And the inside is so soft. Oh, I'm going to wear this to death. gosh, it looks so good. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I love them. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to wear these. It's a bit hot at the minute to wear the sweatshirt, but I'm definitely going to put the t-shirt on. I'm going to do that now, actually. I don't know where the best angle is to show you. This is the exact fit that I wanted. Please excuse my mess of a bedroom, by the way. But like, the sleeves are the perfect oversize that I wanted. And then look, and it fits perfectly in the middle of the chest. I love how the neckline sits. I love that so much. It's so comfortable. Oh my gosh. Obsessed. I'm in love. I am in love, yes. So you will be seeing this t-shirt a lot. Yeah, you will. Is it going to be my new obsession? Probably, yes. And I cannot wait for autumn so I can wear that sweatshirt. I am craving autumn so badly, but we've still got like a whole month left of summer. It's fine. It's fine. What I will now do is give you a reading update on A Letter to the Luminous Deep. So I am on chapter 10, which is page 126. I am kind of struggling with this book a little bit. I really thought I was going to gel and vibe because of how similar it is to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies when it comes to like the writing and the format of it. I'm really struggling with the language that it's using. It is like very academic, old timey language. Kind of reading it, I don't know, it's a bit much. It's a bit much for my little brain. However, what I have started to do with this book is immersive reading. If you don't know what immersive reading is, it's when you listen to the audiobook while reading the physical book at the same time. And I have dabbled in immersive reading before, but I haven't like fully committed to it. And I thought I would give it a go with this book, and it has helped immensely. It's multiple narrators, so each character, because there are like 4 main characters, 2 female, 2 male, each has their own narrator, which has really helped me connect to the characters more. Giving them their uniqueness through a voice has really helped a lot. It's given the characters more personality. When I was reading without the audiobook, all the characters just felt quite flat to me. But the audiobook and the narrators have done a brilliant job with actually giving these characters personality and a bit of life. So I think what I struggle with the most with this book is how it's written and its kind of old-timey academic language that it uses. The plot is moving very, very slowly. It says on the back, so this is not a spoiler, that 2 of our main characters go missing. And the other 2 main characters are the siblings of those characters, and it's all kind of correspondence through letters. And we're kind of jumping between letters that were sent between E and Henry, who are the 2 that have gone missing. And then we jump like a year forward with letters corresponding between Sophie and Byron, who are the siblings of E and Henry. And it feels a bit confusing trying to explain it all, but I hope that makes sense. But it's very back and forth, very jumpy. The plot, I guess, of the mystery of what's happened between E and Henry and like how they've gone missing, why they've gone missing, it's moving very slowly. And considering I'm approaching the halfway point, I'm hoping the plot is going to pick up relatively soon, because at the moment it is just reading letters between these people and it's just a bit boring, if I'm being honest. What I might do is just continue with the audiobook and listen to the audiobook when I'm kind of going out for walks and doing things. Maybe I'll continue with the immersive reading experience, because there also are illustrations every now and then. There's only been 2 at the minute, but there have been kind of illustrations which have been really nice to kind of look at, because it has definitely helped me visualize the world. Because I also thought that this was going to be like mermaids, because I knew that most of the book, or some of the book, is set like underwater. So I kind of just assumed we're going to be dealing with mermaids, but no, there are no mythical mermaids in this book. Everybody is a human being. They've just managed to adapt to life underwater. E and Sophie grew up in a house that their mum built underwater, but it's all very like airlocked. There's like air vacuums and things. So no mermaids. There are no mermaids. But I'm still quite intrigued by the lore of the world and the history of like centuries ago. People did used to live on land, or they used to live like in the sky or something, on like floating like bits of land. And then I think it's called the dive happened, where basically water consumes everything apart from this one solid block of land in the middle of it all. But most people now kind of have adapted to living on the water rather than on land. Yeah, there's still very much intrigue around the world that I would love to find out more about. It's a bit slow pace, and it's not really scratching the itch that I was hoping it was going to scratch, unfortunately. So I will keep going. I'm not ready to DNF it just yet. I think I'm just gonna do this one at a more leisurely pace, I think. But my lovelies, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end today's vlog here. I really hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun using the TBR prompt jar to kind of pick what reads I was going to read in this vlog. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I really, really hope to see you in the next one. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. I would love for you to join this little cozy, slow-paced corner of booktube. It's just started raining. That's stunning. Can you hear that? Hang on. I don't know if you could hear that, but it's just started to rain. I'm ready for autumn. Let me know in the comments below if you're ready for autumn as well. You know what? If you made it this far, comment an autumnal emoji of any kind. Like, who is ready for autumn? Say I. I. All right, my lovelies. I love you and leave you. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.